Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell, okay? Make sure you don't fall for any spam. I don't have a WhatsApp, I don't have Telegram, and I don't manage anybody's money, okay? Let's talk about what's happening today as we go into this rally. But just before that, make sure that at the end of this video, you download this link and get the 20 free stock, at least 10 free stock, okay? Let's get right into that. Time is running out. Let's get right into it. So there's a few things that's happening that's causing the market to run hot today, green today. The Dow did close positive yesterday, and we have another green day today. Let's see what tomorrow will bring. If it continues tomorrow, then it's just a bear market bounce. That's all it is. It's not a rally though. We call it a rally because the stocks are rallying back, but I just think it's a bear market bounce, and I still think that the elevator's going down. Let's just face it, in 2023. Now, I know a lot of people are talking about Santa Claus rally. I brought up Santa Claus rally, and we were a true Santa. Even now, a Santa Claus rally is just the S&P closing at 4,100-ish, okay? Which is not a lot, all right? And so someone keeps asking, is there a Santa Claus rally coming? Is there a Santa Claus rally coming? Not what could have happened, because the Grinch that stole Christmas, his name is Fed Jerome Powell, when he talks about continual increases in 2021 as it pertains to the rate hikes, okay? And we're going to be above 5 is what his terminal rate is going to be, above 5. And we're just not going to get inflation down to 2. 3 is going to become the new 2, all right? So what's going on today that's causing the market to run green? I mentioned on this morning that the increase in rent is starting to cool off, right? It's starting to really just kind of slow down and cool off. And then we had some earnings, FedEx and Nike. Nike's killing it. And they were good. And so we got a nice little bounce off of that news, and we'll take it. Some people were buying dips and selling rips, okay? I just am not into any swings at this time because it's very, very, very tricky. It's tricky, okay? And so that's what we got going on right now. And then, of course, we have the FTX drama. I'm going to just cover that in another video. All of that will just be in a crypto video. That is the saga that continues. So let's look at what's going on right here. We could see now, I'm making this a half hour before close, and this is a Wednesday. As we could see, the Dow is doing well. S&P and a NASDAQ, everything is about 1.5%. If we could see that, that's a good day. That's a good day, all right? But this is nothing to, just start making foolish moves right now and thinking that the storm is over. It's not, right? It's not. So let's look at what else is happening with Tesla. Tesla's pretty flat today. As we can see, Tesla has come back. I'm going to continue to cover Tesla because Tesla is heavy weighted, good people, and it heavily weights on the market. If a market tanks, so if you have one day that Tesla, Microsoft, and Apple, all three of those come down, guess what? All your stock is coming down because they're heavily weighted, all right? Not every single one, but a lot of your stocks are coming down. So what I want to do is I want you to listen to something very interesting about Tesla, and we'll discuss it.
Percent today, the worst performer in the S&P 500. Its worst day for Tesla since early October. The stock is now down 29% this month, 61% this year. It is the worst performance ever by the stock across both of those timeframes. Are there more shoes to drop, Dan? Or, Carter put out a note. He said, this is time to nibble here.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, look, the stock is obviously pretty pressed to the downside, but what's going on here is the guy who's the CEO of the company, is selling stock, and he's been selling stock aggressively. And why is that? On the date that he closed on the Twitter deal for $44 billion, Tesla stock was $227 million. We've been saying this on this desk, that Tesla is on the hook for all of this. Tesla's shareholders. Because right now, what's really likely happening is there's a margin call. And the people that he pledged the stock to are selling the stock to raise the capital for it. And so think about all of that that's gone on just because he wanted to be the guy who owns Twitter. I mean, it's just that simple. So to me, I feel sorry for a lot of these Tesla shareholders, the fundamental ones who believe in him in the long-term story. But if you look at the holders,
you feel sorry for them?
I feel sorry for them because he's been asleep at the wheel. He's sold them a bill of goods. I've said it on the show. The guy's a liar, okay, just flat out. And he said he was done selling stock how many times over the last year? It's just a fact. I mean, you can look at me, you can roll your eyes, you can tell me whatever. He lied to his shareholders, and he has been not there for them over the last 2 months when the stock has massively underperformed the NASDAQ over the last 2 months that we've seen a huge rally. So to me, I feel sorry for them. But the rest of the shareholders, you know what's really interesting? They're all indexers. And 2 years ago, on November 16th, the S&P added Tesla to the S&P 500. The stock doubled, and the stock has round-tripped that entire price. It's trading exact price of where it was on November 16th when S&P said it's going into the index. So sorry, people.
By the way,
trading exactly where it was 2 years ago before it got added to the S&P. You can't ignore these facts. And so now this video I played you was from yesterday. But still, yesterday, Tesla was trading exactly where it was before it got added, as you just heard. And so was it all fluff, right? Was it all fluff? Was that the fluff to pump it up and it comes back down? This guy is he's pretty harsh. He's a bull. I'm sorry, he is a Tesla bear, right? I was a Tesla bull last year, but I also sold Tesla. You guys saw me do a sell on Tesla in real time, right? But you also, I explained to you guys why I sold Tesla, and I told you even then I'm getting back in, but at a better price. Let's listen to something else.
I'm not sure, but I do think that he has damaged the brand. I don't know that it can be. I don't know. Let's say he gets a new CEO into Twitter tomorrow. Does that stem the bleeding? It might, for briefly. I don't know.
It doesn't change the need to sell stock.
It doesn't.
Even if he's not CEO of Twitter.
Right. But we don't know how much stock he's sold.
Right.
And we don't know about the debt. We have no idea how much the revenues are down, how much money the company is losing. We don't know any of that. So it's sort of hard to say. But I think that when you're saying it's Tesla's sort of bill to pay, you're saying in terms of
Tesla shareholders have been on the hook because the only way he was not selling. Liquid enough, he had to pledge all his shares to buy this.
But here's one thing that's a little bit, he's been selling $3.6 billion the other day, maybe sold a few more billion. This is a gigantic company. Shouldn't it be able to withstand a few $1 billion of sales?
Except
that it's from the CEO.
Right, which is a totally different signal to his shareholders.
But does the signal, I don't like Tesla anymore? Or, oh, God, I need the money for something else?
I need the money for something else.
That's what I think it is.
And that's where the fear is. I need the money for something else. No one thinks that he's selling Tesla because Tesla's in trouble. Most people think that he's selling Tesla, including me, because something else. He just needs the money. That's not a good signal for a CEO to be sending out, right? And so it further underlines what most people think, that he is preoccupied with Twitter. Now let's look at the S&P. The S&P today actually failed to fall below. It found support at 3,800, which is good actually. That it did not break below 3,800. Then that would have been bad had it broke below 3,800, and then it would have found another floor. And so there's a little hope for the last few days of this year. I just think it's going to just trade flat. I just think things are going to be flattish. So it might go up Dow might go up a few hundred points, come down a few hundred points the next day. I think it has more of a chance to be flat unless we just have unless the Fed comes out and speaks and say, hey, we see that things are slowing down. We may consider pivoting a little bit. That'll be positive for the market. Remember, there's no more FOMC meetings this year and no more CPI data, no more job reports, none of those. That's all done. And so now we have to see what the Fed is going to do, right? And so that's where we are. This year is pretty much a wrap, to be honest with you. Now, I could say that and something could happen tomorrow, right? Something bigly, And so we just have to be ready. Right now, just be ready to pivot. And and not major pivots, small pivots, all right, in your investing. But I will tell you this, 2023 will be the year for long-term positions. The 2020 is the year for long. And I will tell you, yes, there will be swing trades. We will make swing trades. We will be doing puts on companies falling. So we will be shorting the market. And we will be, buying great blue chip companies at discounted price. That's where the bulk of my money is going to. Remember, anything you decide to do is on you. You got to do your own research. But me, the bulk of my money, and I'm over 80% cash, I am going to deploy that towards long investments, Tesla being one of them, but at the right price. And so people are asking now, what is that price now? You know what? At this point, the truth be told, nobody knows. You go to an analyst, you'll see a different price. You go to a YouTuber, you'll see a different price. You have to pick a number that's good for you and where you assume the risk, right? And I clearly see it's going beneath 128. It was my, 128, 130s. I clearly see now that it's going below that because we haven't even hit the deep recession yet. So what I'm going to do at this point, rather than keep lowering it, because Elon could do something extremely stupid and tank it even deeper before next year. So what I'm going to do is continue to wait and see what the data is. We want to see what the earnings are for the end of this year. But the most important data point that I'm looking for, not just for Tesla, but for all of the S&P companies, are Q1 earnings. If we're truly going into a earnings recession, I want to see what the data is telling me. All right, good people. Listen, make sure you download the top link. Today is Weeble Wednesday. So I want you to download Weeble, set it and forget it, get 12 free stock for a penny. And also with Moo, get another 10 free stock for $100, 20 free stock for $1,000 and be put into, the pot for the 60K. All right. Listen, let's stay focused on this market. Let's make our plans now for 2023 and let's cash up and let's be ready. Right now, I say, listen, don't be chasing and try to dollar cost average down right now in stock that are already beat down. Don't do that. Do not have margins. Don't have there's going to be a lot of margin calls. So you want to have some cash ready, but if you keep trying to get your cost average down on stock that are still falling, then you won't have cash ready when things finally start to bottom out or get lower than where they are now, because no one knows exactly where the bottom is. You just have to say, I'm good at buying this stock at this price when you have a deep recession in a bear market. All right, good people, we will see you tomorrow. Make sure you download those links, get the free stuff before they end at the end of this year. All right. Love you guys. Live, love, laugh, and learn.